51-27. That is the second most points in franchise history and a franchise record 594 yards of total offense. Breakneck speed both ways. We hope you wore your seatbelt as Tampa Bay comes away a winner and improves to 4-2. Back in studio, Joe Musso alongside Bryant McFadden. Mac, usually I try and have some sort of illuminating question for you here, but this was a game that had a Red Bull before it. Something to be a Celsius, whatever your drink of choice is. We couldn't make sense of what the ball was doing. It seemed like hot potato at times, 7-on-7 at others. Do you feel good about the way the Bucs performed and walked away with the winner? Is this one that you sort of use as a teaching moment, despite all those yards and all those points? Fellas, we didn't do this very great. I feel real good about the way Tampa performed, and here's why. Anytime you can go on the road against a divisional foe in their place and put up 50-plus points, you should feel good. Anytime you're in that position where you take over the ball game, remember Tampa and Baker, they scored 17 points in the first quarter, and then instantly in the second quarter, that snowball came down the hill, and it was getting bigger and bigger, and it provided a window of opportunity for New Orleans with the untimely turnovers. For Tampa, they were scoring points, and before you knew it, I mean, they were down in that first half. So then you needed to find a way to decompose, come back down, and let's get it going again, and they were able to do that, Joe. It felt like it went from 17-0 to 20-17 in about like 2 plays. Yeah, like how? Punt return, it was a couple INTs. It all happened very quickly, but it was 50-plus points and 3 or more turnovers. First time that's been done by a team since the Chiefs in 2018. This was a Jameis Winston stat line, but Baker Mayfield amassing it. It was a lot of fun to watch. I'm sure it was not a whole lot of fun, especially if you're on the New Orleans side. And another thing I think for Tampa, something they need to really keep going is running the football. Sean Tucker had a huge day, 14 carries for 136 yards and a touchdown. Bucky Irvin had a huge day as well, 14 attempts for 81 yards. If they can just run the football, might not be to that nature, but just being able to have a sense of balance, their offense can be better. It can be better. And they were able to do so without White being in the lineup, who is their RB1. But when you look at the burst and the physical nature that Sean Tucker was able to display, along with the quickness of Bucky Irvin, the running game needed to show up today, and they did so, along with Baker making big-time plays. So this was a huge win for the Buccaneers and a huge loss even without Derek Carr. Now when you look at the Saints, especially in their division, I mean, you just lost to Atlanta a few weeks ago. You came back and lost to the Buccaneers today. It's going to be a tall task moving forward. To the point of Buccaneer balance, you see Baker Mayfield dropping the throw or attempting passes 36 times, dropped the throw on a few more in which he scrambled. But they did run the ball 32 times, designed run, some good balance in the play calling. But if you can run it a little bit more effectively, it's going to be a Tampa team that can protect that football and be even more dangerous. Talk to me about Spencer Rattler, because we had 5 different rookies make starts in the NFL here in Week 6. What stood out to you from his performance? Didn't look overwhelmed, made some rookie mistakes, but stood in when he needed to. That's the thing. He didn't look overwhelmed. You didn't walk away from this game saying, wow, the moment was too big for Spencer. He played against a real good team. Remember, this Buccaneers team got some key contributors back in the lineup. Antoine Winfield Jr., some other guys. So you talk about this defense that he faced against today. He played against a playoff caliber team, and you didn't lose the ball game because of Spencer Rattler. No. You know, you walk away from this game saying, you know what, as he gets acclimated to this NFL world, along with understanding the offense and being able to be the, the point guard for their offense, I think you have a guy, you have a player here. Now, I'm not saying there should be a quarterback controversy in New Orleans. No, Derek Carr is the guy. But you always want to walk away knowing if your starter is not there, we still have a fighting chance with the backup. All is not lost. Facts. I agree. Yeah. It was what his team needed, minus those 2 fourth-quarter turnovers from Spencer Rattler. Not enough to get it done in this divisional matchup as the Bucs walk away winners once again. All right, here's a look at Baker's second quarter versus the rest of the game. That second quarter was unbelievable. I mean, just go back, wherever you got to go back, watch that second quarter in real time. And it happened fast. His head was spinning. It's like 3 minutes of all of that. We're watching every game at once, and we could not take our eyes off of a bouncing ball between the Bucs and the Saints. It was 3 INTs in the second, but near perfection outside of those issues.